The last man on our list, as far as the private diary session is concerned, is Martin. Yes, and we intentionally decided to switch things up because when we were doing the diary session for the ladies, Tessy was first, so we decided to push Martin's on to the wire so that we can deal with it after we've reviewed the diary session of all the other housemates. For Martin, a man of a few words, but Martin spoke about his relationship with Tessy and how it started. That relationship started on the back of J. Chris leaving Tessy for her miss, for Martin, to slide in, yes, to tap in simple. And at the end of the day, they are still in the show to fight for the 50,000 Ghana cedis, whilst Chris and then Hermes were evicted last week. So that is that. So Martin spoke about giving the flower bouquet to Tessy. You remember that particular Friday? I think it was a day after J. Chris and that whole wahala happened. So Martin also spoke about that. Let's go and watch the private diary session of Martin and Big Mama.
Hi, Big Mama.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yourself, Big Mama?
I'm all right.
I'm glad.
All right. So we're almost at the finale.
Yes, please.
How does that make you feel?
Excited.
Excited? There was a comma, so there was a continuation.
I was saying excited. I'm probably going to be missing you, talking to me every now and then.
Oh, that's sweet to hear.
Yes.
Looking back at your journey in the house, what moment stands out to you the most?
When I gave the bouquet to Tessy, that I think was the highlight for me so far.
Was it about something she did?
I just like her. It's just I can't pinpoint why. I just like her.
I'm glad. You've been in the house for a while now. What would you say have been the biggest challenge you faced?
That was the challenge I faced the first day I came to the house, and I was still struggling with it. Sleeping with the lights on.
Martin?
Yes, Big Mama.
At this moment, on the show of Perfect Match Extra, what do you think sets you apart from the other finalists in terms of journey and experiences?
I think Tessy and I, or I'd say our story, how it's been brewing, our story basically, how we started it off and where we are now. We didn't start it off as something that was predicted, maybe. Even I didn't think that she would heal completely and we would be in a happy place where I know genuinely she's over her past experience. I think there's been a lot of growth there. There's been a lot of genuine affection that has changed the whole face of our relationship. So I think that her story and my story basically is not usually the regular one you see. It started off a bit of negativity because she was coming off being hurt and all that. So
Martin?
Yes, Big Mama.
I know you've grown. And how have you grown personally since you got into the house?
I would say living with people and tolerating them and understanding what they want and also being able to make a compromise so that everybody wins. So tolerance that I know I have really gathered more from the house. That's for me.
What would winning Perfect Match Extra mean to you personally?
Personally, I set myself, I decided to embark on this journey because I wanted to leave my comfort zone. I wanted to challenge myself and be able to adjust to new situations and new challenges. So winning it for me would go down as probably one of my biggest challenges I've ever embarked on and come up tops.
Is that it?
Yes, please.
Now, reflecting on your time in the house, is there anything you would have done differently from the way you did?
Yes, there's one thing. It still haunts me. It's calling the JJD Brothers kids when I didn't give myself enough time to know them, because now that I know them, especially Jason and Drail, I feel I was wrong in my judgment. And I was a bit too quick. So I would have played that differently.
Martin,
Yes, Big Mama.
going forward, what are your hopes and aspirations beyond Perfect Match Extra?
My hopes, I want to get into the media space, so I'm hoping that the time and the platform that was offered me might be a springboard for me to launch into that space.
Who would you like to nominate as HOH for this week?
Drill and Rose.
Any reason?
I feel Drill works very hard, even does things that is not part of his duties. And so if somebody needs to be rewarded, I think he deserves it. And Rose does that too.
Martin?
Yes, Big Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you too for your time.
You have a good day.
You too.
So that was the diary session of Martin. Yes, the final one we are doing. As far as the private diary sessions are concerned, this is the last time these young men and ladies will speak to Big Mama in a one-on-one conversation. So Martin said that, giving the flower bouquet to Tessy was his biggest highlight of the show, and Martin had been in the house for 6 weeks, and when he came, he said that Tessy is the only one I want. And even at the time, Tessy was in a stable relationship with J. Chris. So when J. Chris, messed up, Martin decided to, Martin said to himself, Charlie, this is my time. He came in, he gave her the flower, and the rest is history. His final excitement, and that he will miss hearing the voice of Big Mama. I think that so far Martin is the only one saying that he's going to miss Big Mama's voice. Hello, housemate. Yes, he said he's going to miss that voice. Giving the flower to Tessy was his highlight of the show. And then sleeping with lights on was his biggest challenge. And I agree with him. Sometimes, for me, I never sleep with lights on. So being in a place where the lights has to be on whilst you guys are sleeping, I think it will be a major challenge for me also. If I was on the show, it would have been like, I don't know how to describe it, but then I never sleep with light on. That's why I even had problems in secondary school and all that when I was in Form 1. But when I became a senior, Obedum light. Yes, but I think that I agree that some people don't like lights at all. I know what you are saying, that we like to do bad things. We like our things like that. He said the relationship he has able to build with Tessy, because their relationship is different from all the others we've seen on the show. So for him, his relationship with Tessy, the star and what they've been through and all that, it set him apart from all the other housemates. Diary session of Martin. We will be back with more.